Hey everyone, Nick here. So, this idea for this video came up when I was recently rewatching a lot of my videos, and I rewatched my Let's Talk Toku. This isn't a Let's Talk Toku! Okay, I don't know what that was all about. So anyway, the idea for this video came up with when I was rewatching my Let's Talk Toku on the Ju-Oger Ninninger team-up movie, and a Sean Sadry, I apologize if I mispronounced that, commented saying that I was the voice of reason, that Ninninger was not that bad, saying how people were hypocritical, that Ninninger was goofy. Yeah, more on that in a minute. And because of this, he subscribed, and thank you very much. I could use the support. And thank you, Sean Shadry. Again, I apologize if I mispronounced that. Because of you, I've come up with this video on the... So, what's this video all about? Well, you see, I was rethinking in my head about what Ninninger was like, and because of this, I rewatched a few episodes of Ninninger, and was it really as bad as Toku fans say it is? Because whenever I mention Ninja in conversation with some of my Toku friends, I guess that's what I'm kind of call them, they go on and on about how awful Ninja was without acknowledging that there are good things to say about Ninja. And because of this, I have come up with the top 5 things Ninja haters should shut up about. This is in a particular order, so, which, as we go down, these are 5 things that Ninja haters need to shut up about. So if you think Ninja was all that bad, sit down and shut up because I'm gonna prove you wrong.
I don't like Star Ninja's appearance.
There are complaints about Star Ninja's appearance from all over the Toku fandom, seeing how he's a cowboy and his cowboy hat is even molded into his costume. He uses a cheeseburger to transform, and he uses an electric guitar as his weapon, and his Zord is a giant bull. I will admit that that does sound a bit weird, but keep in mind, he's from America! And this is what the Japanese think Americans are like, then I'm totally okay with it. Because that is literally what hashtag Murica is about. And there are even memes about hashtag Murica that says, and basically it's your stereotypical of what Americans are like. And like I said, if this is what Japan thinks Americans are like, I'm totally okay with it. And hey, stupid, you're an American, so you can't deny that this is what Japan thinks Americans are like. And if Star Ninja gets adapted into Ninja Steel, I'll be okay with it. Granted, he's gonna get adapted into Ninja Steel anyway. But I just really am crossing my fingers that they don't use the Burger Morpher. Seriously, I think it's just fine for Ninja, but I think Ninja Steel, it's time for a change. Also, if you're an American Toku fan, like I said, if you didn't hear me the first time, you're gonna hear me the second time. You can't deny that this is what Japan thinks you're like. You're an American. This is what Japan thinks you're like. So just let it be. After all, that's what hashtag Murica is about.
The Zords are just all over the place.
This complaint is in reference to how the Zords, or I guess mechs as they're called in Japan, don't follow a specific theme. There's a humanoid ninja, a dragon, a dump truck, a train, a dog, along with an elephant, a UFO, a, a submarine, and etc., etc. I know that the Zords don't follow a specific theme, but keep in mind, this is an anniversary series, and all of the mechs represent a previous mech category that was used in Super Sentai before. Humanoids, animals, vehicles, you name it, it's in Super Sentai, so Ninja is gonna represent it in their mech category. Granted, I know that Ninja technically isn't the official 40th Super Sentai series, but it's the calendar one. So it celebrates 40 years of Super Sentai without having 40 knocked on it like Ju-Oger is. So, yeah, the mechs, I granted they're not great, but at least they try to follow a specific theme, and that theme is previous mech categories.
The villains are so unmemorable.
To those of you who didn't watch Ninninger, which I know a lot of you Toku fans didn't finish it because you stopped watching it like halfway through the series because you gave up on it, the villains of the series were called the yokai, which actually is not an original name because that's the name for Japanese monsters all over the place. Okay, but anyway, basically their plan is to use this shuriken and they attach it to everyday objects and that everyday object becomes the monster of the week, which I say is unoriginal, but keep in mind they've been doing this actually for a while now, so it's not anything new to Super Sentai. So anyway, they use this monster of the week to terrorize people, and because of this, the fear from people gives them their power. And Ninja fans complained. Well, I actually not Ninja fans. Ninja haters have complained about.
Oh, it's just so dark cliche. I mean, seriously, the villains are just not memorable at all, and they're just so cliche.
Boy, a team of villains that use that bring monsters to the human realm and terrorize the people, and the fear from people gives them more power. Is this sounding familiar to any of you? Because it's not sounding familiar to me at all. Even if it does sound familiar to me, it's probably from a Super Sentai series that everybody thought was horrible.
The characters are so annoying.
This complaint comes from the fact of Takuharu and how annoying he is with his Okekita thing, and how it got on people's nerves, and I can't say I'm any different, but, just because Takuharu was annoying, does that mean that all the characters in Ninja were annoying? The answer is, of course, no, because Ao Ninja, he was actually pretty neat, and Nagi, aka Key Ninja, is that how you pronounce it? He was my favorite character because he had the most development, but less focus episodes. And Fuka, I think that's her name. She didn't have much character, but she was still pretty interesting. And Kasumi, oh boy, she was awesome, and I think I have a hashtag Toku crush. And it's not just the Rangers, all the other characters were pretty interesting too, but then again, these are just my opinions. The grandpa, he was a good mentor. The father, he made great comic relief, well, at least for a short time. The villains, their plan might have been a bit cliche, but it was pretty interesting for the time being. And the race to be the last ninja thing actually kept me on the edge of my seat throughout most of the episode, seeing who would be the last ninja. And surprise, surprise, it was Takaharu. That actually did not surprise me at all, seeing how, oh, it's the Red Senshi. Whoop-de-frickin-do, it's the Red Senshi. He's the last ninja. Yeah, the Red Senshi just gets an overfocus in Super Sentai, and that's just one thing that really, really bothers me. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, character stuff. So just because one character is annoying doesn't mean all the characters are annoying. Not to mention, just because Takaharu, jeez, I can't pronounce his name. Just because Takaharu was annoying doesn't mean that everything about him was annoying. He did have his serious moments, and he also had his, I'm the leader, so I have to act like it thing, which I thought was okay for the most part. You see, just because one character is annoying doesn't mean all of them are. And one more thing before we get to number one, because I just have to mention it. You want to know why Takaharu is so annoying and why you think the other characters are so annoying? Well, 5 words for you. This is a kids show. The characters are supposed to be annoying since it's a kids show. So get over it. the characters are supposed to be annoying, because it's a kid show. You don't complain about other kid show characters being annoying, so why do you complain about Ninja's characters being annoying?
It's too freaking goofy!
This one. This one. Out of all the things that Ninja haters say, this is the one that pisses me off. The way they say it, it's like they act like Super Sentai has never been this goofy before. Now, I will admit, there were some things about Ninja that even I found goofy, but despite that, like I said, you're acting like Super Sentai has never been this goofy before. And as we all know, it has never been this goofy before. Isn't that right, talking cartoon cars and samba dancing dinosaurs? And the hand puppet from Tokuger will, agree with me on this. See? Like I said, you're acting like Super Sentai has never been this goofy before. I'm being the voice of reason. So, in other words, just because you think Ninninger is goofy doesn't mean any of the previous Super Sentai were goofy. And like I said before, Ninninger tried to take itself seriously at all times. The first thing that pops into your... Sorry about that. The first thing that pops into everybody's mind when they think of Ninninger is how goofy the season was. And one more thing. It's a Japanese kids show. Kid shows, they're goofy. Japan, it's goofy. Put the two things together, and what do you get? Something that is goofy. So it's to be expected for something like Ninja, a Japanese kid show, to be goofy. So, it's not like you were complaining about any of the other previous Super Sentai seasons being goofy. You only complain about this one. Every Super Sentai season has its goofy moments. It's just that you thought this one had too many goofy moments, when really, a lot of Super Sentai has had a lot of goofy moments. So shut up about Ninja being goofy, as well as all the other things mentioned on this list. Okay, everyone, I think that's gonna do it for another video. And if you are a Ninja hater, I just changed your mind about Ninja and made you shut up. Do not deny it. And shout out to Sean Shedari. I don't remember how to pronounce his last name, and I sincerely apologize if I'm mispronouncing it. So, anyway, you know the drill. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, as always, until next time, see ya!